I thought today might be a good day to give you an update on the plot. So in advance I tell you now to try and ignore the weeds because they are taking over. I need to seriously make a plan with them, and I think I'm going to spray them. I work on the principle that I spray the areas where I'm not planting things just to keep them under control. And to give me a little bit of peace and quiet, but where I'm planting I tend to weed by hand. So let's go. Down here I'm busy using that compost out of last year's bay, filling up a new bay, and also emptying out all of the horse manure to put in beds. How do you like my grass growth on the top of my horse manure? So half the job is getting rid of all of the grass before I can get to the manure. This is a new project that I've literally just purchased. I've just dropped it off, so watch this space and I will update you in a future video. Down here, very overgrown. Still using the slabs to make paths whenever I get a chance. And how do you like all of the raspberries that I moved last year? Do you think I was successful? I think not. So still loads and loads of them. So moving down, Weed City, Dandelion City. So I attacked that bramble yesterday just because everywhere where it touches the ground it's rooted and it's made new little plants. So I cut a whole bunch of it down, and it attacked me back, and believe me, I was bleeding by the end of it. So so I really need to get rid of that bramble. This new gate here that you see was a luck that I had. Somebody had put it by the side of the road and said, "Free, please take." So that's going to be my new gate. So watch this space. Lots and lots of weeds. So moving along, you've seen the strawberry bed. This is number 2, waiting to go into place. So, and Adam's started doing number 3 and gave up. So number 2 needs to go in this space here. So I need to dig all of this up and place it, and then replant all of those strawberries back in. But I'm running out of time because look, I've got loads of flowers forming on the strawberries now. So what I might do is get bed 2 in, but bed 3 will have to wait until the end of the year or next year. So because you can't really move the strawberries once they're flowering. So I'm right on the cusp. So maybe this weekend do the strawberries so I can get them done. So next up, children's bed. I've got something digging holes in the children's beds. Now there aren't really any cats up here, so I'm thinking mouse, vole. Looks too small to be a fox, so don't really know what it is. But unfortunately I've also found holes where the kids have planted their little flowers. So touch and go whether there's actually any of those thingies left in the ground. So we might have to replant. I'll wait and see what comes up. We continue our tour of Weed City. This was the dahlia bed last year. This still needs weeding, turning over, composting. Same with that one. Tulips are starting to grow over now. These euphorbias, I've sown some new ones. I've got about 10 little seedlings, about 1 inch high at the moment. So what I want to do is move, say 6 of them to next to the lupins. I'm going to put those 6 established ones there, get rid of the rest, and then see if one of my friends might like them, and then I will plant the new euphorbias that I've sown in amongst the flowers that's going to go in this area. I'm going to have a proper cutting garden this year. I've bought the Sarah Raven cutting garden mix plus plan how to they give you a nice plan, a layout as to how to plant them, suggested how to plant them all together to give you a good cutting patch. And you only need 3 meters by 5 meters, so look that up. I'm going to trial that this year, so that's going to go in here. Probably that bed, no, actually probably this bed will be the Sarah Raven cutting garden, and then I've got loads of other flower seedlings, as you know, and the dahlias are moving up there on the other side of the strawberries. So down here I just need to spray and clear it out. This was another find on the side of the road with the gate. It's a little bit broken in places and stuff, but you know, it's not going to get moved. It's not going to be that heavy duty here on the plot, so I'm going to put that somewhere and use it for something, so watch this space. The dahlias and things are still living there. Some of them are popping up. One rhubarb's popped up, the other two are still missing, so we'll see how they go. So need to just tidy up and spray all of this area so at least the weeds die down. The sweet peas that you saw me planting, and I'm going to go and get some bedding plants from a nursery today because my marigolds and some of the other things that I've sown didn't germinate this year, so I'm just going to go and get some pretty flowers for there. Just peonies are doing well, blueberries are doing well. I really need to move them down to the fruit area down at the bottom, so I'll be moving them soon, and I need to find a home for the peonies. Greenhouse is doing well. I will do a separate update in there for you where I can give you a quick show. Everything's looking really good. In fact, I think it's getting a little bit too hot. Some of my tomatoes look like they might be getting scorched, so I need to I've bought some of that whitewash stuff, so I need to put some of that up. Another good find, these 2 new water buds. Somebody in the schoolyard said to me a couple of days ago, she overheard me talking about the allotment, and she said, would you like some water buds? We're just about to put them in a skip. So I went and collected them yesterday. So 2 new water buds, plus this is the one that used to be up there by the strawberry bed, all going to go on the back of the greenhouse and connect the guttering to it so I can start catching water there. Bed 1, still a mess. Bed 2, total disaster. That's a technical term, by the way. Started building the path at the back there, and I've cleared the back half of bed 3, so I can get some of my seedlings in that area now, and that path looks crooked to me from this angle, so I need to just measure that out. It looks like it's going that way rather than straight, so I need to fix that. Clear the rest up at the front here. In terms of the onion bed, shallots have all sprouted and are all coming up. There was the 3 that was I'd run out of shallots, so the 3 ones here was slightly later, so they just starting to come through. So 1, 2, 3 of them. So shallots are all up. The rest of the onions and the garlics and things are coming along okay. The garlics, I don't know, I've lost quite a few of them, and a lot of them seem very curly. If I can just point them out here. So can you see how curly they are? Are they supposed to look like that? Don't know, maybe they're still just unraveling, so we'll see how they get on. Potato bed, you'll notice I've done 2 more rows here, which were King Edwardses. So I've done 2 more rows. I've got a 3rd row to put in of King Edwards, but then I ran out of grass clippings, so my friend's cutting her grass tomorrow, so I'll go and get the grass clippings and make another row. So, and then it's just the Desirees to go in on that side. I need to clear that, compost it, and then that's ready to go. Now here we're entering the jungle, so yes, I'm not even going to talk about this area. We'll just ignore it. We'll put our blinkers on and we'll ignore this area. This is the old greenhouse that I still have to get rid of all of the bits from, so I don't know what I'm going to do with all these bits. Need to sort through them and see what I can use. The tyres, I topped them up with manure. Again, they've started going down. and I've got something, probably a fox or something, that's digging all of my manure out. I keep coming up here, picking up all the manure, putting it back in the bed, and then I come back and it looks like this again. So something obviously likes digging in these things. But the pumpkins are about an inch, pumpkins and squashes and things are about an inch tall, so they're still a little way away from having to go in here. So I'm going to come and clean this up, put it all back in, and then I'm going to put a couple of inches of bagged compost on top of the manure and water it well, and hopefully it'll break down a bit more. So just getting it ready. What I also want to do is, the plan was always to have 2 of these membranes down, so another one on this side with more tires on top, and that needs to happen this year. So what I need to do here is spray, kill off all this grass, and then get the membrane down, get the tires down, fill them up, because the plan is to have 5 rows of tires here this year. So yes, running a little bit behind. Story of my life. Put this membrane down originally because this is where that greenhouse was going to go, but you remember Storm Barney destroyed the greenhouse for me. So I've got some plans for some of those sheeting to reuse, and maybe the 2 doors I was thinking of maybe constructing a cold frame and making those the lids. All plans in the back of my head, but that depends on time and whenever I get some of that. So basically the plan down here is spray it dead. So and then moving along, the new project that I hinted at right up at the top, the one I've literally just come back from buying, is probably going to go along here. So you know what it is by now, don't you? So so that's going to be that space there, and then I am also just in the process, I haven't bought it yet, but it's very close. I'm going to be buying a fruit cage to cover this lot up this year. This stone here marks the first corner, so from here to the fence, down to where the compost bags are over there, and down here. So fruit cage, 5 meters by 10 meters, with a door here in the middle. So so that's going to be this space. Need to kill off all of this weeds in the middle of all the fruit bushes. You saw me pruning the gooseberries the other day. They're looking nice and healthy. Can't see any flowers or anything on them again. Oh no, I lie. There's something there. Can you see it? So maybe I'll get a couple this year. Oh, there's a couple more up there as well. So maybe we'll get a couple of gooseberries this year. So the new one I planted, the Pax, gooseberry Pax, is in here. Not really expecting anything off it this year. Red currant's back there. I've just bought a black currant and a tayberry, which needs to still go in here. It's in pots at the moment. Yellow raspberries. That bed I weeded a little while ago, so that's not looking too bad. This one's completely overgrown. I did get in here the other day and I've sprayed a little bit just in the middle, in the paths and things like that, trying to kill some of it down. It looks like some of this might be dying a little bit. And then this is another new project that I'm working on. Adam helped me on the weekend. I started digging from this side, Adam started digging from that side, and we've weeded a lot of it. There's still a patch in the middle, the rain caught us, and then I also want to clear the back edge. So the back edge needs digging out there as well. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a membrane down on all the paths eventually. So membrane down and bark chippings to try and keep the weeds down inside of the fruit cage, because this will obviously all be inside. I want to erect new supports, tie things up properly, etc, etc. I'm not going to be able to do much with these 2 raspberry beds this year. I want to wait until the autumn and then I'll build their beds and paths and everything. But if I can get this bed in before the cage goes up, brilliant. So it basically just needs clearing, putting in place, and then I need to start filling it and planting it there. So moving along, the fruit trees, you can tell I sprayed just around them just to try and keep the weeds down. I had a whole bunch of suckers coming up from the bases, so I've cut them down. I've snipped a couple of branches here and there. I gave them a big prune last year, so I didn't want to cut too much this year, so just here and there where there were branches crossing, I gave them a bit of a snip. Buds are just starting to form, so yeah, it's looking good. So that's the 5 apples, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, the apples. Bought a new cherry tree this year. I have been in contact with the people I bought it from. It doesn't look to be doing anything, but then they said, well, it was a bare root tree. They said it's possible that in the first year it's concentrating all of its growth in the roots, so you know, keep us informed. If for the rest of this year you do not see any growth on it, give us a call, and in the autumn we'll replace, or in the winter we'll replace the bare root tree. Same goes for the plum. Once again, looks dead to me. So once again, bare root tree, I don't know. So they said might be growing roots instead of on top of the ground. So, and then the pear tree is just blossoming, as you can see. Actually, I haven't been down here for a couple of weeks, or for a little while. Is that the only blossoms, or does that just mean that's the last of the blossoms? A couple of more blossoms down there. I'll just give them a bit of a shake. There's some there. I think the blossoms might be over, because I remember this makes blossoms first and then leaves afterwards, so maybe the blossoms are already gone. So yes, or it might just be a year where I haven't got lots of blossoms. So we'll see how it goes. And then I do want to get a stake for this tree and just, you know, pull it up, because the wind, most of my wind comes from that direction and it's pushing this tree over. I should have staked it last year. So I've bought the ties, I just need to get the stakes and pull it up. So that's it for the bottom of the plot, and hope you enjoyed this update. Hope you have a lovely sunny day and a sunny week, and you get on with some gardening. So once again, just wanted to say thank you very much for all my new subscribers. I love seeing all your comments. I love watching the number grow. So if you know anybody that might be interested, share this with them as well, and you know, maybe they can watch my giant plot of weeds as well. So that's it from me for now. Hope you have a good day, and then I'll speak to you again soon. Bye.